Haaland equals Harry Kane record as Manchester City edge past spirited Brentford. Erling Haaland has equaled a Premier League record set by Harry Kane after scoring a crucial goal in Manchester City's slender 1-0 victory over a spirited Brentford side at the Etihad Stadium on Tuesday night. The citizens were initially frustrated by a resilient Bees outfit, who had their fair share of chances to break the deadlock, but the hosts' relentless pressure in the final third eventually told in the 71st minute when Haaland rounded off a swift counterattack to slot a composed finish beyond Mark Flecken. Haaland celebrated his first ever goal against Brentford and has now found the net against all 21 teams that he has faced in the Premier League since joining the Citizens in July 2022. Becoming just the second player after former Tottenham Hotspur man Kane 32-32 to play against more than two clubs in the division and score against all of them. Pep Guardiola's side held on for 3 important points to boost their Premier League title hopes and climb above Arsenal into second place in the table. 1 point behind leaders Liverpool, who play host to Luton Town on Wednesday. After losing 4-1 to Liverpool last weekend, Brentford were disciplined and well-organized in defense against Man City before Haaland eventually breached their backline. With the Norwegian condemning Thomas Frank's side to their 9th defeat in their last 11 top-flight matches, leaving them 14th in the table and 5 points above the drop zone. Guardiola made 3 changes to the Man City lineup that began the 1-1 draw with Chelsea last weekend, with academy graduate Oscar Bobb handed his first Premier League start at the expense of Kevin De Bruyne, whose minutes continue to be managed. Having recently recovered from injury, John Stones and Bernardo Silva were also recalled as Nathan Ake and Jeremy Doku made way. As for Brentford, Frank also made 3 alterations to the side that lost to Liverpool last time out, with Jon Wissa, Frank Onyeka, Matthias Jorgensen all recalled. The former 2 handed their first starts since returning from the Africa Cup of Nations, at the expense of Neil Maupay, Nathan Collins and Matthias Jensen. After failing to convert any of his 9 attempts against Chelsea, Haaland looks like a man on a mission in the opening exchanges against Brentford. The Norwegian barged Sergio Reguilón off the ball before stinging the gloves of Bees shot stopper Flecken with a strike from the edge of the area. Phil Foden then forced another save from Flecken and dragged a second shot wide, before Haaland headed a half chance over the crossbar. Brentford responded well and had a few chances of their own at the other end. Stones was alert to deal with Ivan Toney's dangerous delivery into the box, before Ederson came off his line to get the better of Onyeka after the midfielder was slipped through on goal by Wissa. The visitors were growing in confidence and came close again on the 20-minute mark when Toney fired a strike narrowly wide after receiving a short layoff from a free kick. Frustration grew among the Etihad faithful, with Guardiola seen on the touchline performing a few calm-down gestures to the home crowd, and although Man City turned the screw towards the end of the first half, Brentford had Flecken and Ben-Mee to thank for keeping the scores level. Indeed, the former made 2 crucial saves to deny both Manuel Akanji and Ruben Dias after Bernardo headed wide from just 6 yards out, before the balletic movement of Bob allowed him to sidestep a challenge inside the area and fire goalwards, but Bees defender Mee anticipated the shot and got back brilliantly to clear the ball off the line. Man City had 17 shots on goal in the first 45, but only 5 hit the target, while Brentford fired 2 of their 5 first-half shots on target, one of which was a decent header from Onyeka on the stroke of half-time, which was kept out by Ederson at full stretch. An end-to-end start was made to the second half, with City initially camped in Brentford half, before the Bees broke on the counter-attack through Wissa and Onyeka, but the latter was unable to pick out the correct pass to a teammate and the chance went begging. Frustrations continued to grow from the home supporters, as Brentford, particularly Flecken from goal kicks, squeezed every second out of dead ball opportunity. Guardiola acted as cheerleader on the touchline to raise the Etihad volume, which then increased as Doku was called from the bench to replace Bob on the hour mark. Brentford's primary threat came from counterattacks, but it was Man City's turn to burst from one end to the other, and they were rewarded when Haaland netted the all-important opener in the 71st minute, much to the relief of the home crowd. City's number 9 capitalized on Christopher Ajer slipping at a crucial moment to latch onto a through ball from Julian Alvarez, before keeping his cool to stroke a shot beyond Flecken and settle the Etihad nerves. Haaland momentarily thought that he had doubled his and City's goal tally when he headed home from close range, but Kyle Walker was marginally ruled offside for his part in the build-up. Brentford pushed for a late leveller in 6 minutes of stoppage time, but the Bees were unable to sting City's title hopes, and despite their best efforts to frustrate the citizens, they remain in the relegation picture heading into the final third of the campaign. Man City will endeavour to win back-to-back Premier League games when they travel to the Vitality Stadium to face Bournemouth on Saturday, 2 days before Brentford make the trip to the London Stadium to take on an under-pressure West Ham United outfit. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.